Seltzer Kings
podcasts.
Behind those cozy nights at home, thousands of employees at BP go to work every day. People producing more U.S. natural gas. People building grid-scale solar capacity. People turning landfill waste gas into pipeline-quality renewable natural gas. And people delivering all of that power where it's needed. They're part of the more than 300,000 jobs BP supports across the country. Learn more at bp.com/investing in America.
Nice wheels.
Came with the car.
Know where we're going?
Got an idea. The tag's online. We'll find it.
How's your arm?
No heel. How you doing?
Complicated question.
I just meant.
I know.
I hear you. Got some big stories to tell you too. Will you get have a second?
Did you die?
No.
I'm gonna win.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Boys Watching Buffy. We're just two boys watching every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the first time, giving our review, our reactions. We're your hosts. I am Joe Welke.
I am Vance Tucker.
And today, we're talking about Season 6, Episode 15, titled As You Were. Written and directed by Douglas Petrie. Original air date February 26, 2002, to an audience of 4.7 million people. And before we get into the episode, everybody, we got some Sloppy Joe shout outs. And when I say some, I mean one. We want to give a great time shout out to Call Me Clem. Call Me Clem. I will, now that I understand that reference. Thank you, Call Me Clem. We really appreciate your kind words. If you want to get your very own shout out, Apple Podcast 5-star rating and review, Spotify 5-star rating, screenshot it, send it to us, or just send some kind words. Get us something off of the Amazon wish list. Those are the easiest ways to do it. I only got one today.
Yeah. We'll take it.
Only got one.
We'll take it.
I'll take it, yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody that's been listening, all the thousands and thousands of people listening.
I hate the caller response. That's my least favorite part of that show. It's so cultish.
Well, that's The Rock. The Rock used to do it.
Yeah, but then they also do for other things too in that show.
Yeah, we're talking about the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
They just steal a bunch of wrestlers' shit.
I'm more of a clip watcher. You're more of a full episode watcher of that show.
Yeah. I always skip the Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays, though. I just can't stand listening to that fucking guy anymore. But yeah, so that is subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/Boys Watching Buffy. We do Boys Watching Angel, Boys Watching Movies, where we did Love Actually recently to get you in the holiday spirit. We also got Joe's Fashion Report /Corner. Join our Discord. Discord's been popping off a lot recently. Vance, you had something else that you wanted to talk about?
There's two things now. There's actually an actress from Love Actually in this, which is nice.
Somebody called that out.
Someone called that out, and there she is. She's here. And last episode, when Fritz showed up and she had that little moment with Spike, we said, oh, did they hook up before? Did he used to date her? We didn't recognize that she is Cecily.
Yeah, the one that Spike was writing poems about in his old flashback. And I did not connect that.
We have to thank the people in Discord for bringing that up to our attention and to the attention of other watchers and listeners that did not know that was her. And that's a deep cut.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, that's tough.
It's easy for the the writers and stuff because they cast the exact same actor.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that's even in your mind. And you saw her briefly for like one scene a season ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was I like the way that people brought it up this time. They were like, hey, did you notice the connection between Spike and Halfrek? And I was like, what, did they bang? And they're like, no, that's the one from his flashback. And I was like, no shit.
Now there's a debate going on Discord as to when she was a vengeance demon. Was she already one or was she a human beforehand?
Yeah. Dude, Discord, that's where it's at. If you're not on our Discord, it's popping off.
Yep.
But I think that's all the announcements and stuff for up top. Shall we get into this as you were?
As you wish, Joe. As you wish.
How did you feel about this? I remember texting you after watching this and being like, oh boy, there's some drama in this episode.
Riley's back, baby. He's got an action hero scar on his face and everything.
I know, dude. It's so dope. Did it make him less bread? We will find out.
We will
Did it
discuss.
make him less milk? We will discuss. But yeah, I didn't ever think that we were going to see Riley again.
I was wondering if they were going to leave it the way they left it.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to show I don't think they had any animosity towards the actor himself, you know?
No, I don't know how you could.
Or
He
like
seemed
sometimes
like-
a show will be like, this actor's not working, we can't keep him back. You know, sometimes you just got to get rid of an actor because it's not working. But they seem to like him. The fans did not like him.
Yeah, I think it was more of that. Like, it seemed like, by all accounts, everybody back behind the scenes was like, no, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
But he and Buffy just had no chemistry.
There's a scene in this episode where they have more chemistry than they have had in like a season and a half.
I'm curious to see which scene it is because I might debate you on it.
Okay.
But
I would love to hear you bring up another scene that they had better chemistry on.
I will say, as a part of our Discord chatter recently, and I've been championing this, a lot of who is Buffy's best boyfriend or best relationship thing. Mm-hmm. And I am waving the flag of Riley. Even if he is
100%.
Boring as fuck, milk toast, bread, nothing. I mean, he's not making her look at her friends while he fucks her from behind in the bronze. Like,
so what? He got a couple vampire suck jobs. I mean, every relationship goes through issues.
I know. It's funny that Buffy back then thought that was going to be like, oh, that's a deal breaker. And now look at where she's.
That's a deal breaker.
But anyway, I guess we should just get into the episode. It kicks it off hot with the recaps with Riley leaving. And I was like, oh, fuck. Riley leaving, Spike and Buffy having a conversation. Like, oh, are we having a conversation? Xander and Anya getting married. Buffy working at Double Meat Palace. Recap.
Engaged.
Oh, yeah. Well,
or talking about getting married.
They're going to
be
getting married.
Yeah.
And dude, the timeline on this shit is crazy to me. But anyway, so Buffy, the actual episode opens up Buffy cleaning the grill, getting lectured by some new Double Meat Palace employee that's got a 5-year badge. Like, all these people with the 5-year badges wave these shits around like it's something to be proud of.
You should get a badge just for being in Sunnydale and living that long. Honestly.
I know.
What he's talking about. I'm like, you're planning for the future? Do you not?
Yeah.
Did you not realize that everyone that worked here disappeared?
Dude, right? He's talking to her about like, hey, how to get ahead in the business of Double Meat Palace. Like, this is how you do it. This is how to climb the corporate ladder. And
politics.
Like,
I was like, the place doesn't have politics.
I know. Oh shit! I forgot to open up my monster. Oh god damn it! Oh, hold on a second, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
back in the monster era.
The monster era doesn't get as much play.
Doesn't get as much play. Yeah. Well,
I don't even know if it's worth opening on.
I had to do it. I had to do it eventually because I was going to drink it.
I don't know if it's worth opening on the podcast.
All right. But anyway,
But we love you, Monster Energy Drink.
we love you,
Sponsor
Monster
of the-
Energy Drink. Sponsor us, please. If Mountain Dew's not doing it yet, we're Monster Boys now. But yeah, he's talking about how to climb the corporate ladder, not realizing that probably like 3 employees since he started working there have just disappeared and gone away and been killed and been shoved into a meat grinder and probably put into the burgers. But anyway.
Well, these burgers are all veggie. You know, Buffy's got that information that she won't like blackmail.
Yeah.
You got a perfect get out of work free card, Buffy.
She used it to blackmail, but in the dumbest way possible.
Can I work here longer? Oh, that's all you want? Sure. God.
Oh.
You didn't go to college,
Wow,
did you?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, he's talking to Buffy and he's like, oh yeah, you dropped out of college, didn't you? And she's like, yup. And then he's talking about how she should get back into college because there's definitely ways to keep going to college and also work at Double Meat Palace because he's working on his MBA at night school. And Buffy's like, huh, night school, eh? That's an option for little homies like me.
Which is weird that she's thinking about that, even though she's already applying to go back to college. She's already put an application in. And he talks about like enemies close and keep your enemies close, your friends close, your enemies closer, you know? And he starts quoting something. He starts quoting something and then college shaming her.
Machiavelli.
Yeah, and just college shaming her. And it's just like, geez, man.
I would have loved if he was like, you know, like Machiavelli, right? And Buffy's like, Tupac? Like, that would have been so out of left field for Buffy to know.
Especially in this world.
Right.
She would bring up like classical music or something because whatever year this is. Whatever era of pop culture they live in.
Yeah. But it's also weird that Buffy would think about like, night school, I could do that. Because like, when would she be a vampire slayer? She just would never sleep.
Yeah, it's just, this scene is just here to make Buffy feel bad about herself.
Yeah. So speaking of going on patrol and hunting vampires, the next scene is Buffy in the graveyard. She's walking home through the graveyard with a little bag of food, and a vampire shows up and he's like, they start like quipping at each other like hardcore.
Yeah.
And they fight. And after a while, the vampire's like, oh my God, dude, you smell horrible. And Buffy's like, what? I just got off of work. And he's like, oh God, where do you work, at the shit factory? And she's like, no, I work at the Double Meat Palace. And he's like, oh, gross, you work there? And he looks down at her bag and he's like, oh, and you're going to eat it? Oh man, I think I don't want to bite you if that's what you're putting into your body. That's nasty shit. And Buffy's like, it's not nasty. And he's like, hey, you know what? Let's just call it even. Let's call it a night. I'll go my way. You go your way. We don't have to bring this up ever again. And Buffy just hurls a fucking stake at this vampire. I had to rewind on this.
I thought someone behind her shot it from a gun.
I thought someone behind the vampire, and then it just like disappeared. And then I rewound and I saw it was like it shot out on a rope, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
and it doesn't make sense because he's talking to her like with his hands up and backing down. And if he saw her reach for it, he would have like tried to move at least. I was mad that she killed this vampire. Also, was this vampire gonna kill her? Was she gonna lose to a regular vampire? He was like about to bite her neck.
They were toe to toe, dude.
Yeah.
Like she had to protect that double meat medley for Dawn.
Yeah.
So she had her priorities elsewhere. So I guess that she was fighting basically with one hand behind her back. But
yeah, when a vampire shames you, because she was like, "You smell like this all the time." And she's like, "Yeah,
like, you're dead.
Yeah,
you smell terrible constantly."
Does Spike put on cologne?
Like that, I guess he would totally be putting on cologne.
I don't know.
But speak of the devil, Buffy continues her trudge home, and she gets there, and Spike's waiting outside for her around a tree. And Buffy's like, Spike, what are you doing here? And he's like, what? What? You know what I'm doing here.
It opens with Buffy saying no. Like the scene opens with her saying no.
And it's supposed to be, what? I want a little slap and tickle. Is that so bad? And Buffy's like, no, dude, we really got to stop doing this. You can't do it, especially here outside of my house. And Spike's like, why not? And Buffy's like, because Dawn's in the house. She could come out. This is like way too close for comfort. Like, I just don't think that this is a good idea. And Spike's like, come on. And Buffy's like,
Willow's in that house too. I mean, Willow's in that house too.
Dude, everybody could be in that house.
True.
There could be a party going on.
Clem could be in that house. Yeah.
Yeah. But it takes very little convincing for Spike to convince Buffy. Be like, all right, let's just fuck on the lawn in front of my house, I guess.
This is where Buffy is being a bad mom sister to Dawn. She's like, I need to go in to give her some food. She's been waiting for me. And he's like, you want to bang on your front lawn? And she's like, sure.
She could wait another 2.5 minutes.
Like, just go inside, give her the food, and then come back out.
Right?
Like,
no, once you go in, there's a Hellfrex spell. You can't go back out for another 8 hours at least.
Hellfrex's got like residual curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go in, drop off the food. Oh shit, I forgot something back at Double Meat Palace.
Or I'm Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm going to go on a quick patrol.
Yeah.
But no, what is this neighborhood that she can have sex on the front lawn?
I mean, the people of Sunnydale, we talk about how their blinders are on. I mean,
the neighborhood.
I'm sure they went behind a bush or something.
How is there not a nosy neighbor that's always looking at that house that has had so much chaos?
Right? Just like binoculars. Windows are getting smashed at that place constantly. Yeah. There's men that show up. They're sizzling under a blanket. They leave sizzling under a blanket. Like,
yeah.
If I was Buffy's neighbor, I would just have a security camera on her house at all hours of the day. Like, oh, see, check out what happened last week. Look at this. Look at this.
The police would be like, oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. That footage is a little grainy. You can't really tell exactly what's happening.
That person is flying.
Anyway, so yeah, Buffy and Spike start kissing, and then the next scene is Buffy coming into the house and gives Dawn her double meat medley, and Dawn's like, Buffy, I cannot keep eating this shit. I fucking can't do this another night. And Buffy's like, yeah, I get it. Next time I'll bring you the fish and chips or whatever. And Dawn's like, yay. But then Buffy's also... I think Willow shows up. Yeah, Willow shows up and she's like, rough night. And Buffy's like, why does everybody keep asking me that? She's like, oh, some vampire get rough with you? Like, Dawn asks some kind of like question of like, were you out there getting pounded? And Willow's like, oh, somebody getting rough with you? And
later when they asked to go to the Bronze, they're like, she's like, I had enough action for one night. It's like so much innuendo.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But
here's a question for me though. So Buffy's bringing home Dawn food for dinner.
Yeah.
What did Willow eat?
She's got some Hot Pockets. She whipped herself up some
Hot Pockets and just like didn't help Dawn at all.
Like she's recovering, man. She can't take care of the kid anymore.
I have to eat this special food for my addiction.
I was thinking about how Dawn looks at the burger and she's like, it's kind of smushed. I'm like, it's definitely cold too. Like that's going to be the most gross. Like not only did Buffy
have sex
walk home, she had sex on top of it. She walked home. She got into a whole ass fight with a vampire. Yeah. Like this is not going to be.
Well, tasty. She tried to take the shortcut through the cemetery. So,
I guess that's true.
That vampire... We're never going to leave that first scene. That vampire knew that she was the Slayer and just decided to fight her.
Yeah. He wanted to test his mettle.
All right.
He thought he was going to become the next Spike.
That's a way to be a vampire.
Slayers.
That's vampire suicide right there. It's like either kill a slayer or get killed. And it's like, yeah, why not?
None of these vampires are stealthy either. Like this vampire like just jumps in front of her from like on top of a mausoleum. Like, I'm here. Let's do this.
And she's like wait. Let me put my burger behind. Yeah, it's so easy. Use a weapon.
Get a gun. Sniper.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Willow is like, yeah, do you have a rough night? Looks like some vamp got rough with you. And Buffy's like, what's making you say that? And she's like, you got a giant grass stain on the back of your coat. And Buffy's like, oh man, I just got this coat. Oh, that's going to be so hard to get out.
Dawn's like, I'll steal you another one. Don't worry about it.
And
no follow-up to that.
Right? That's over.
Mm-hmm.
Did she return those items? Who knows? But anyway, Willow is like, well, here's a thing that'll get your mind off of you getting pounded and roughed up and slapped all around tonight. We're going to go to the Bronze. And Dawn's like, yeah, let's go to the Bronze. You're invited too. And Buffy's like, I don't think so. I think I'm going to stay home. And when she said that, I was like, you could have fucked Spike after they left. You could have brought him in.
She can't help herself, Joe. You don't get it. You've never been in love with a vampire.
I guess that's true. Yet.
I wish I could quit you.
Yeah, so Buffy's like, I don't think I'm going to go to the Bronze. And then all of us, the audience, we all go to the Bronze instead of Buffy. And we see Xander and Anya at the Bronze. And they're still planning their wedding stuff. They're planning the seating chart and the table chart. And they're like all nervous. Xander's eating a big old bag of Doritos. And Anya's like, stop eating those. You're going to not be able to fit in your tux. You're going to pop out of your cummerbund. And Xander's like, there's no way I could gain that much weight. We're getting married in 1 week. And I was like, hold the fucking phone. Y'all are getting married in 1 week? Are we going to see this wedding?
Well, by the end of this, you know that we are, but it's going to be a TV wedding. It's going to be a backyard of Buffy's house wedding.
Yeah. That neighbor's going to have some more shit to look at.
Like, it's like all those shows where it's like, you know what? Well, I want you to officiate the wedding, Willow. Like, it's always like the friend that just officiates the wedding, and it's like this small, and then be throwing some random extra that you never seen before, part of the group.
Tito's going to be back.
I have bigger questions.
Richard.
At the end.
Oh, I got lots of questions about this wedding, bro.
Yeah. But I also have noticed, because we've talked about this before, how Joss Whedon didn't like Xander getting fit because he didn't think it fit his character or what he wanted for it. Xander has let himself get a little more relaxed.
Yeah, he's a little fluffier.
Yeah. The face is bigger, yeah.
Exactly. I could tell under the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Under the chin.
Yeah. And I'm not body shaming him at all. I'm just saying that they decided to make him go this way. And I'm sure he was like, I don't really want to, but I am on TV and I get to not work out.
Yeah. I'm getting how much money to take it easy?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, I noticed that too.
And 90% of the women that watch this show don't even like my character anyway, so that doesn't help. Fit or not fit.
That's fair enough. But so yeah, they're all stressing out. They're eating Doritos and they're stressed and Dawn shows up and she's like, "Hey guys, you guys want to hang out?" And they're like, "No, we're nervous." And Buffy's like, Dawn's like, "Man, you guys seem nervous." They're like, "No, we're not nervous." Chip. Yeah. So then Dawn's like, "All right, I'm going to go over here and hang out with Willow." And so she goes over to Willow and she's like, "Damn, those two are big old stress balls over there, aren't they?" And Willow's like, "Yeah, you know what's crazy is I used to plan how me and Xander would get married and we used to plan our wedding, but now I look at them." And I'm like, nah. And I was like, okay.
It was interesting to have her bring up her past, crush. I mean, like crying herself to sleep. Crying herself to sleep about Xander.
Yeah, man. But
Good times.
I know, those were the days, right? So then Dawn talks to Willow about like, well, they're planning out a seating chart. You know, I wonder if Tara's coming, and I wonder if Tara's going to be your wedding date. And Willow's like, I don't know if we're at that level yet. I don't know if she's ready to forgive me on that level yet, but we're making progress. Like, I could call her right now and she won't hang up on me. So that's something. And Dawn's like, that sounds like you two are going to be back together next week.
And Willow is so giddy right now. It's unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like so happy that things are working out.
She's so happy that she's not marrying Xander.
Yeah. And that she's got the thing of like Tara's might be back in the fold because she stood up for her when she didn't use her magic.
Yeah.
I got to say this though, Tara, stay away from Willow. Don't do it.
Yes, please. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Listen to the boys.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a Xander-esque speech right now. You don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. She erased your mind like twice. Like, just don't. Just, you can't. You can't. The trust will always be, yeah.
Look, you already forgave her once.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just turned right back around and betrayed your trust. Like, yeah, nah.
If you guys hit another rough patch, how are you going to be sure what happened? You're never going to be sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You know what, Tara? Switch colleges. Go somewhere else. Save yourself, girl. You're too sweet.
She actually has zero ties to Sunnydale.
Yeah.
But she also has no family. But she also has no family to go back to because they're awful.
I mean, that's kind of like the plus of having no family, is that you can just vagabond it wherever you want to go.
I guess. I don't know what her situation is. Like,
I don't know. She needs to go find Oz, and then those two start dating and have Willow be all fucking crazy.
That would be wild. Nah, I think Tara's not even floating that way.
No, absolutely not. She can't even tell when men are handsome or attractive.
Yeah.
According to last episode. All of them look like blobs to me.
Listen to our Love Actually podcast if you want to hear Joe rate every guy in that movie.
Oh, man. But anyway, so we go back to Buffy's house, and she's in the basement cleaning her coat. And she wakes up the next day and she's running out. She's like, oh, shit.
I want to say, she wakes up the next day on the couch underneath that coat.
Yeah.
What happened? Did she just get so tired of cleaning the coat that she went into the living room to watch TV and then just fell asleep?
Well, here's what was confusing to me. And so she's cleaning the coat, right? Mm-hmm. At that first scene. And then she wakes up with the coat on top of her. When she wakes up with the coat on top of her, coat looks clean.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes out and she's running after the garbage man because she missed the garbage man. Mm-hmm. And then she turns around. The coat has the grass stain again.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And then she comes back inside and Dawn is in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And Dawn's like, oh, don't forget about the trash. Right?
Yeah.
And then my thought was, why can't Dawn take out the trash? One.
Right.
Two.
That ungrateful bitch.
Yeah. And then two, Buffy's like, oh, do you want me to make you breakfast? So, oh, you got to go to school, blah, blah. She's like, no, I already did it. And then later they pan back to the sink and Dawn has made the most elaborate breakfast ever. Like the sink is filled to the brim. Like she made pancakes.
I feel like that's like... That's like a week's worth of dishes. I feel like that Buffy just hasn't gotten to.
I don't know.
I feel like this scene is to show like Buffy's behind on it because when she gets the mail, she's got like 40 million letters.
Well, here's my question though. Like Willow and Dawn also live in the house.
Yeah.
Like, they're not. I don't get it.
Yeah, they're not holding up their end of the living in the house.
Yeah.
I just need a scene of Buffy like, I don't charge you fuckers rent, and you just...
just something.
Well, obviously not Dawn, but like...
They couldn't have come home from the bronze and just took the trash out?
Well, where did they get all these plates from anyway? But it seems like Buffy is like bringing Dawn home fast food every night.
And yeah, I don't know, man. It seemed like that was a crazy breakfast that Dawn had made, which is weird that Buffy slept on the couch while Dawn was just like, she had to come down those stairs, those super quiet yet sometimes creaky stairs.
I'm sticking with, I feel like that's got to be like a week or two's worth of plates. There's no way that she could have made a breakfast with all of those plates. It's piled up to the window.
I know. I know. But I don't think it's that much dishes when we see them at night, when they come in.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'd have to go back and look at that continuity.
Let's have some Discord sleuth that out.
Yeah. But as a part of Buffy's adulting chores, she's looking through the mail and she got a letter from the college that she's been reapplying for, and she opens it and Dawn's there and Buffy reads it, and it turns out Buffy has been rejected from UC Sunnydale. She cannot go back to college. And
Thank
Dawn's
goodness.
like, right? She does not need that. She does not need that.
There's no way she'd be able to pull that off.
But anyway, but Dawn's like, hey, what's the letter about? And Buffy's like, oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. And then Dawn's like, all right, I'm going to go to the school. So Dawn leaves, and then Buffy turns around to see the gigantic pile of dishes. And she's like, oh, this is what being a teenage mother is like, you know?
She's no longer a teenager anymore.
I know.
But
she is a mother to a teenager, I
Yeah.
guess.
Who is now like super supportive of Buffy not being around.
Yep.
Hey, if you got to work late, it's fine. I get it. You're busy. Great. I guess you guys had a complete talk between episodes and came to an agreement that the way Buffy was being before was fine.
Well, everything was settled, Vance, over a nice big bowl of popcorn and watching a movie.
Yeah.
That settles everything.
Yep.
Remember, if we ever have a disagreement on this podcast, Vance, we're going to settle it by getting some popcorn.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go to Buffy at the Double Meat Palace, and she's flipping burgers, and she's getting lectured again by that guy talking about politics and shit.
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
He's just the guy that keeps nagging her into thinking her life is shit. Did Buffy quit her job? I just thought about.
Seems like it. Because he's like, all right, well, Buffy, you know, I know you're back here flipping burgers, but there's a bunch of people at the front of house, so we're going to need you to take over the cash register. Buffy's like, all right, I'm on it. So she goes up, she has her head down, she walks up to the cash register and then looks up. It's like, hey, welcome to Double Meat Palace. Can I take your double meat? Oh my God. It's Riley. My first note is he's got a scar on his face.
It's interesting because later you see that the scar like goes down to the inside of the eye and out. It's not like the one over the outside of the eyebrow and like straight down. It's not like a straight slash. It's like curved.
And he's there. He's like, hello, Buffy. And Buffy's like, Riley? He's like, hello. Sorry to be doing this to you, but we have a mission. And I had a mission that took me to Sunnydale, and I need you to help. And Buffy's like, I'm working fucking, I got a chicken on my hat, dude.
Yeah, she is so flustered and googly-eyed, and I was like, really? Like, you don't... I don't know if this is the reaction I expected when she first saw Riley. Like, maybe if he showed up in a suit and like his hair slicked back or something, or maybe he just looked like, he looks like Riley looked like.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he like completely did a makeover, a glow up or anything.
He got to glow down, if anything.
Yeah.
He's got a scar on his face.
She doesn't notice that scar. Oh, she also likes scars on face, Spike.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's her thing.
But he's like, yeah, we've been doing a recon mission, and I need to get people to help me on this mission. And I only knew one person to call in Sunnydale. You're the best. So I needed you to come and help. And Buffy's like, And then her manager, the guy that's been lecturing her, I guess that's the manager.
Who knows?
I thought it was a lady the last time we saw the
Maybe
manager.
he's a shift manager. I don't know.
Okay. But he like taps Buffy on the shoulder and she's like, Buffy, there's a bunch of customers here. What are you doing dilly-dallying talking to this guy with a scar on his face? And Riley's like, I need you to come now or never. And Buffy's like, takes off her chicken hat. She's like, I'm out of here. I'm with the initiative now.
And then everyone claps like it's the end of A Woman and a Gentleman, whatever that movie is. I haven't even seen it. I just know that scene.
Officer and a Gentleman?
Officer and a Gentleman, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Officer and a Gentleman? Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. Does it?
A woman can be an officer.
I guess so. I don't know movies. I don't know anything.
I just know he picks up the lady, walks away, and everyone claps.
Dude, sometimes people at my job ask, like, so what are you watching these days? What are you watching these days? I'm like, still Buffy the Vampire Slayer, still Angel, and that is it. I don't watch anything.
Pop culture junkies.
I've been watching My Hero Academia. I've been
know.
binging that, but like, that's it, dude. Too much going on. It's the holiday season.
People are watching a ton of stuff during the holiday season.
I guess that's true.
I watched that movie Bottoms. I saw American Fiction recently. That was good.
Oh, I heard that's good.
Yeah.
I want to watch Iron Claw.
Oh, yeah, that's right up your alley. I have no interest in that.
Yeah. Anyway, bunch of ripped dudes.
Yeah, a bunch of ripped dudes wrestling and crying and family. I don't understand why Tara can't tell when guys are hot. You just shove it.
I can't. I can tell. Anyway, so Buffy leaves the Double Meat Palace and Riley's filling her in. It's a Savolti demon, and he gets a beep from his beeper. And Buffy's walking down Main Street with him. And she's like, oh, this is so cute. You carrying around all your James Bond stuff. This is just like old times. And they're walking down Main Street. And my God.
Before you say this, I do want to go back to one thing. When Riley shows up, she goes, were you always this tall?
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that we get in Angel, something we get from Joe
Straight out of Joe Welke playbook.
Yep.
He was always that tall. He made her look so small always.
I will say, even in this, because I haven't seen the two of them together recently, she's so tiny. She is so short.
Not only like short, but just like tiny. Like her frame is so small.
Is she bigger than a character in Angel? That's what I'd be curious about.
That's a good comparison. Yeah. But anyway, so they're walking down, and I repeat, they're walking down Main Street, where all of the stores are, where the movie theater is,
the magic box.
The most bustling part of town. The Savolti demon shows up and just starts rampaging. People running away from it, screaming. It looks like a fat xenomorph. A fat, like, gray xenomorph mixed with, like, a ninja turtle. It's hideous and slimy. Riley pulls out a badge and says, I'm with the National Forestry Service. This wild bear is on the loose. Everyone get to safety.
I was like, we're still pretending in this world. We're trying to keep civilians in Sunnydale from knowing that demons exist. It is dumb. These people have witnessed demons on the front lawn. Like Giles was a demon and stomped through someone's front yard.
This is the same street that Olaf the troll was like hurling dumpsters down. And people saw him.
This is where the snake monster came down.
Yes.
These people have been in a curse where they were dancing and singing and couldn't talk. They know weird shit's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, if they think this is a bear,
yes,
then they've never watched any nature. They've never gone outside or seen any nature videos.
It's so insane that was his excuse.
And then my favorite part was like, it's a bear on the loose. So he runs over and punches it in the face. Because that's how you attack a bear.
Just somebody in the background. Wow, I didn't know that the National Forestry Service was that hardcore. That is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I want to know how many fake badges Riley has in there. Just like every scenario.
So if it was like a flying, like what would he do for the dragon? What would he say?
National Aviation Service. That plane is going down, everybody. Get out of the way. There's something wrong with that plane's engine, everybody.
Just a military test. Just a military test.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. But I was cracking up when he was like, that's a wild bear. It's like gray and slimy.
It's got all teeth and standing on teeth. Oh, man.
But anyway, Buffy and Riley run over and they start fighting the demon. And then the demon escapes somehow. They follow it into an alley. And then Buffy's like, maybe we should split up. And Riley's like, that's a good idea. And the second Riley takes like 3 steps away from Buffy, he gets attacked.
Yeah.
And then Buffy runs over. She's like, Riley! I forgot how much I hate how she says Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Riley! She runs over to him. Demon gets away. And then they're like, all right, we got to follow it in a car. Come on, I got wheels. And then they get in his car. It's like a Suburban, like a Chevy SUV or some shit.
And we know how much he loves to drive. So it was nice to see him drive.
Loves driving, dude.
Loves driving.
That's
so it's so nice to see it.
One character trait we got about Riley back in the day.
We never saw him driving. We never saw him drive after that.
Love going on long drives. In what? You don't have a car?
This sexual innuendo isn't working for me. My friends are better at it by accident. This scene in the car is the scene that I said had more chemistry. For me, felt like they had more chemistry than season 4.
Okay. I could see that. I thought you were going to say a scene that happens later on, which I
oh, you mean like the end one?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, I was like, there's no way that
this scene, they have like good... I didn't write down any dialogue down for this one, but they have good banter back and forth. They're like talking about stuff. She mentions like, oh, how have you been? It's like, oh, for that worse, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, if you haven't died, then I think I'm going to beat you.
Yeah, she's like, how you been? He's like, I got loads of stories that I could tell you that'll blow your mind. And Buffy's like, did you die? And he's like, no. And then Buffy's like, well, then I'm going to win.
And for me, that would have been like all we talked about for the rest of the ride. Yeah. I would have been like, wait, explain? Yeah, because she's like, did you die? No. Well, then I'm going to win. And then Riley's like, here's some battle gear. What? What? No, follow-up questions.
Ask a question, bro.
Yeah, good thing they have battle gear that fits a 5'0" person.
Fits a small child.
Yeah. Sometimes we recruit child soldiers in South America, so you can put this on.
Well, I also love that he like gives her the riot battle gear, and he's like, "This is the most advanced lightweight Kevlar." And like looking at what Riley's wearing and what Buffy's wearing, it's like styrofoam.
It's like only protecting his chest, and I'm like, "You're not gonna get shot by the demon."
Yeah. You never know. You never know.
Oh, this show has made its stance on guns very strong. In this one, I had some issues.
It's so stupid. But yeah, I don't know, man. I will push back the tiniest bit on your chemistry thing, mainly because I was like watching the scene and I was like, is Riley a bad actor? Because he's so stiff and it seems like he's trying to be like military guy, super stiff. Like, oh, here, take this lightweight Kevlar. Anyway, it's good to see you, Buffy. I like your new hair. Like the way he says Buffy too is like, hey, Buffy.
I think he's trying to do that. Like, hey, I got feelings for this person, but I'm trying to do my job too. Like it's like balance. I think he's trying
not to get too close.
Trying not to get too close, and they still have like all this unspoken stuff that they have to deal with. But they're trying to like talk about the mission and then randomly catch up like they're old friends. I felt like it had that we're dancing around the subject, you know?
Okay. Yeah, because it seemed like Buffy, Buffy's being her like goofy, weird,
Buffy's like
awkward self.
Buffy's like trying to win this dude back hard. I was like, don't you want to be like, hey man, you bounced on me? I don't know. I thought she would have had like more mixed feelings than like, oh my God, he's back. I got to do anything I can to get him. But it plays into her whole like, oh, my life sucks. I'm not in college. I work at the fast food place. So
yeah, I think that's also part of why Buffy was so gobsmacked when Riley showed up, because it's like, oh, I don't want Riley to see me in the Double Meat Palace working here like a fucking jamoke.
She did. I always wondered how he knew she was working there. Did he call Willow first? Like, how did he know?
He's got military intelligence, dude.
I don't think she got any paperwork yet.
He's in a top secret thing that's tracking demons for miles. You think he doesn't know where Buffy's working?
All right, fair enough.
But anyway, I like your new hair, Buffy. It's good to see you, Buffy. So then we go to the most random scene where Xander and Anya are stuck in traffic to pick up Xander's uncle at the airport.
How big is Sunnydale?
I don't know, man.
This one Starbucks town got a lot of traffic.
I know. It's like they're gridlocked. Like, it is stuffed. And Xander's like, yeah, God damn it. Like, we're stuck in this traffic. I'm going to the airport to pick up my uncle. And Anya's like, oh, great. Yeah. Your uncle's going to be staying with us. And he's a drunk. And he's going to be sleeping on our couch all drunk and shit. And Xander's like, hey, you know what? I'm not stoked about this either. I don't like my family. My family sucks. They're all a bunch of alcoholics. And they seem to abuse me, I guess, like based on like that one dream that he had that never led to anything.
Yeah. Is this the same uncle that let him borrow the car? Remember the car in the Zeppo episode? Or
yeah.
The thing, their car is full of bags of chips. They are stress eating like crazy.
Yes, they are.
That car is a mess. There's no way you should pick anyone up from the airport with that car looking like it does.
Dude. But Xander's like, yeah, I hate my family. They're all monsters. And like, it's crazy that we're letting everybody stay at our apartment. We've got my family flying in. We've got your demon friends and family being summoned to stay at our apartment.
National Forestry Service. These are all bears. These aren't demons. These are all bears.
Wow, that chimp looks crazy. Everybody run away. That chimp has some burns on his face. Yeah. Well, I mean, fucking Richard bought that Clem had a skin condition last episode. These people are fucking idiots.
And Sophie didn't even ask.
No, yeah. She was just like, oh, James, that guy's... Yeah. Don't ask questions about.
She's like, I know what grease burns look like.
I know what French fry water burns look like. Anyway,
I can't even go down that road again.
So that's the end of that scene. Is like they're just scarfing down chips and they're nervous because Xander's family of alcoholics and derelicts of society and Anya's demon friends are going to be staying at their apartment.
Here's a question though. They're staying a week before the wedding? That is not how that trip happens. You're flying in the weekend of. You're not Thursday at the latest. You're not coming in on a Monday for a Saturday wedding.
Yes, you're getting married on a Saturday. You come in Thursday, the earliest.
Maybe Wednesday if you're like not going to stay with them and it's a destination you want to extend some time around. But it's Sunnydale. It's not a vacation spot.
Hey, I hear the Hellmouth is lovely this time of year.
Apparently, everyone's coming in this weekend with all that traffic.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Christmas traffic. Are they getting married at Christmas? We already had Christmas episode, right?
When is Buffy's birthday? I never know.
I guess it's February. I don't know. But anyway, so Riley and Buffy have arrived at the location that Riley's been... He had like some kind of tracker on the demon, and he's got his little... he's got a little beep, beep, beep schematics on his car.
Is this demon not smart enough to pull it out of its chest?
That's not.
Like it's like a dart in its chest. It has hands.
Dude, the fucking dinosaurs in Jurassic World were smart enough to take out the trackers. This demon's not.
Oh, I will be bringing up Jurassic World later.
Yes. But they arrive at the location where they have found the demon. It's a giant dam. And then they're like, how are we going to get down there?
What is Sunnydale? Why does it have a giant dam?
We're going to have to relook.
We're
We're going to have to relook at that map that somebody sent us of Sunnydale. Because I don't recall there being an enormous dam in Sunnydale. But, yeah, so they get to the dam.
At an international airport.
Yeah. And they're like, we got to go down there. And Buffy's like, that's a long way down. How do you expect to get down there? And Riley's like, we're going to have to rappel down. He clips himself to this little thing. He's like, but I only have one attachment. So you're going to have to hop on to me, Buffy. And Buffy's like, oh, with pleasure.
She starts taking off her clothes. And she's like, this is how all my conversations with Spike go. Right? Oh, you really want us to do the mission.
So she like latches onto him. And they rappel down the dam. She's like fully like legs wrapped around his waist, like going down this dam.
I was wondering, I had two thoughts during this scene. First, when they were talking up top, I was like, is this a dream? Because none of this felt real. I was like, this feels like a dream sequence. She might be still on the couch right now. Like, I was really thinking that. And then two, was the rappelling like a callback to every time she had to go to the initiative? Remember they were rappelling down the wall with like Willow and them at one point when they were trying to get into the initiative. I was wondering if rappelling is it just kind of like a Mission Impossible callback thing?
I mean, I feel like once a season they have to rappel down. Like the trio rappelled down at the museum. Buffy rappelled down to get the box of Gavrock. Yeah. Holy shit. I'm surprised that I pulled that out of my memory.
I'm surprised you remembered the name of it. I knew the scene that you were about to talk about when Angel drops her into that room.
Yeah. Jesus, box of Gavrock. I hope that's right. That's
close enough for me. Our minds are addled from watching this show. It's like can't remember anything else, and it's just like, oh yeah, the box of Gavrocks.
What are my children's names? I don't know, but box of Gavrock.
Cecily, yeah, okay.
Miss Edith.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they rappel down the dam and they land, and then they're sneaking around, and the demon shows up, and it just starts attacking, and Riley gets attacked, and Buffy and Riley start fighting it, and they kick it, and Buffy kicks it and knocks it down, and who shows up but another lady donned and decked in Kevlar black turtleneck. And they're like, who the fuck are you? And she's like, it's me. I'm Riley's wife. Dun, dun, dun.
My favorite framing of this scene is somehow Riley is like pressed up against Buffy and they're just like looking at each other against the wall.
Yeah, and they're all like in each other's faces.
But no one's like thinking about the demon that's like behind them. Yeah.
Well, Buffy kicked it and it's been knocked down. It's fine.
And this is Sam. And it is played by Ivana Milicevic.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the Wisconsin ladies in Love Actually.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also in this show Banshee, which stars the guy that plays Homelander in Boys.
Oh shit.
Banshee is a wild show. It's worth watching. It's ridiculous. It's so over the top, crazy sex scenes, crazy fight scenes. If you like Homelander, if you like the guy who plays Homelander, this is something you might want to check out. And she's really she's good in it. She's really a badass in that.
I was about to shout out The Boys. I mean, The Boys.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple episodes of The Boys. I need to get back to it. The first couple episodes that I watched, I was like, yo,
it gets better.
Dude.
Yeah. I think the second season's better. I think they're on 3, starting the 4th one. Yeah.
I'm a big Carl Urban fan.
Carl Urban's great.
I love that guy. That guy's awesome. Dread, that's another one.
So to take
Watch
the Boys tangent a little bit, I've read The Boys, the comic, the graphic novel, like maybe months before they announced that they were making The Boys. And I will say they've done a better job of adapting The Boys. Yeah. Like,
so you like the show better than the graphic novel?
Like the first season kind of follows the graphic novel, and then they end it in a way that's like completely different. And then like from there on, they modernized it in a really good way, and it's
okay.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a rarity. Like, you rarely hear that, like, oh, the movie or the show is better than the book. Like, that never happens.
Yeah.
But hell yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
So yeah, Riley's wife Sam shows up, and Buffy's all shocked that Riley's married, and while they're like dealing with the shock, and Buffy's like, "Oh, so you're married? This is like your wife who you're married to. You're all wifey like." And
I gotta talk about Whedonisms.
Yeah, exactly. The demon that Buffy knocked down gets back up again, and Sam beats it up.
She's just working that thing, man.
I know.
Here's my thing.
Why did Riley even need Buffy?
They're talking about how, like, hey, man, if these things come out, it's going to be impossible to stop them. And I'm like, really? You're just a regular person, and you're just handling it in a fist-to-fist combat.
Yeah, I start to question about, like, is Riley back on the superhero drugs again? Because, dude, is strong.
I mean, she's strong. When we'll talk about this when we get to Angel, but I really don't think we need Slayers.
Nope. We don't need them at all. But so then they start talking about, Buffy and Riley start talking like, "You're married? How long have you been married?" And Riley's like, "I've been married for 4 months." And they keep chatting about like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And Buffy's all sad. And then she just goes over after, everybody's thumping this demon. She snaps the demon's neck. And they're like, boom, check it out. I just killed the demon. And
it was
Sam's
the
like,
funniest neck snap ever.
Well, I don't know how she did it because like the demon's head is like in the middle of its body.
It's like too big. And she's like, consider this a wedding gift. And did she like twist and you get the sound effect, but the dummy, like the rubber prosthetic doesn't really turn.
Yeah. They just like can't show it, so they quick edit and it just like falls to the ground. Yeah. And then Sam and Riley are like kind of annoyed. They're like, "Oh, great. You killed it." And Buffy's like, "Is that bad? Did you not want that?" They're like, "Well, this was a bit of a homing operation and we were supposed to follow it and not kill it. So, yeah, you kind of fucked up our whole mission by killing it."
And Ryan like, "Oh, I should have told her that." I was like,
yeah,
you had a whole drive to talk to her about that when you were avoiding talking about other stuff. Like, easily say, "Hey, we're tracking this thing."
And Sam even kind of is like, "Yo, Mr. Big Dumb Dipshit forgot to tell you that this was not a kill mission."
Yeah.
And Riley's like, "Yeah, well, at ease, soldier." And then Buffy's like, "Oh, so he's your boss?" And Sam's like, "He fucking wishes he was the boss." And I was like, what is the dynamic that's going on?
I don't know. It's nice that the initiative is like, hey, you know what? You two can go on missions together.
Right?
That's when it started, I thought we were getting our wish of the Riley show, the Riley detective show that we've been pitching. Yeah! When they got in the car and they're driving away from Sunnydale, I was like, we gotta track this thing down. Oh, I love all your gadgets, Riley. Oh, let me call base. And he's calling his like CSI boardroom people. And they're like in a lab just testing stuff.
And then he's like, "I couldn't bear to see this demon go." Yeah.
But really, Riley was like, if we fight this demon together, it might lead to sex.
Yeah, right?
It might lead to a weird sex montage.
Maybe I could convince Sam to have a 3-way because she seems like smitten with the Slayer too.
There was a point
I have to say this.
All right.
This is not the initiative. We know the initiative is gone. This is some kind of special ops thing, everybody. Yeah. Before we get corrections, omissions sectioned on the Discord to death, this isn't the initiative. We know.
It's the initiative. This episode was missing Graham. I needed Graham. I would have been just as happy if Graham came down that rappelled down and was like,
I know.
Oh, what are you doing?
I thought that it was going to be him.
I'm the mission's bitch.
I thought it was going to be him with his glorious beret. Graham. That guy fucking ruled.
She should have asked, how's Graham doing?
Right?
It'd be funny if Buffy was like, hey, you know your friend Forrest? He's still dead.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as he's like, it's nice to see you again, Buffy. I like your haircut. Remember when Forrest died?
Jeez.
Oh man. But anyway.
They talk about like, I love that Sam just like guts this demon and like, yep, the eggs are gone. Badass. And then she asks Buffy about if there's a safe house. And then Buffy's like, oh, I just have a house, but it's not really a safe house. But sometimes you can't leave. And then there's a weird edit / ADR moment where Sam is like smiling at Riley, but like you hear her voice saying something.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so they're like, can we stay at your house? And Buffy's like, sure, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Okay. So they go to Buffy's house and...
Wait, do they not have... They have like all the resources of the government and secret intelligence, and they don't have like an apartment or hotel room?
They can't. It's too secret. It's too secret. They need a safe house.
Hey, I used to like do some demon hunting with some high schoolers, with some freshmen. So let's some college freshmen. So I'm just gonna recruit them and bring them into this secret mission.
Yeah.
Let's not send 4 soldiers for something that could destroy the whole city. That biker gang was more of a threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're still around somewhere.
Yeah, they just left. They went to San Pedro.
Yeah. This demon made it on foot from Argentina to California. Wild.
I've been tracking it.
I've been to Argentina. It's a long flight.
Ooh, brag, Vince.
Yeah, I'll brag that out. Yeah. They couldn't have stopped it in Costa Rica. They couldn't have.
I know.
Couldn't have cut it off in Texas.
I don't know how they
stop it in Mexico.
They've been tracking it since South America, and they never caught up to it.
Yeah. Don't overthink it, Joe. This show's not serious, but it is serious. But it's not serious, but it's serious.
So okay. All right. Just formed the bedrock of a lot of people's childhoods and adulthoods. It's not serious. Stop overthinking this.
Yeah.
So they go to Buffy's house and Dawn sees Riley and she's like, hey, what's up? Nice of you to show back up again. And then I was like, does Riley, I couldn't remember. I was like, does Riley know Dawn?
Yeah, I had that same thought. And I had that thought again later when they have a moment. And then I had to think back and I was like, oh yeah, they did have that one scene by the carousel.
Yeah.
Where he like took her, where they played hooky and he took her out. Like he did hang out with her a couple times.
Yeah, I started to like question when Riley left and like when Dawn showed up. I was like, what, are my timelines mixed up?
No, she was there. She was there. And then remember the mom died and she didn't want to be a part of it and stuff. And
yeah.
But then I didn't feel like she was so mad at, well, I guess she was a little bit.
Yeah.
She was doing the sister thing because like Buffy was a little depressed when he left, and then she was like there. But yeah,
the way that he talks to her though is so bizarre.
Yeah, and the way
shows
she's like arm folded, like fuck you.
Yeah, he's like, oh hey there, Donnie. It's been so long. You've grown up so much. Nice to see you. And she's like, don't fucking talk to me, bitch.
Did they call and say he was coming over?
They must have, because there's a welcoming party for Riley. Well, we know that Willow lives there, but Xander and Anya are there for some reason. They're like, hey, Riley's back, everybody. Yay.
They didn't take the opportunity to do any Willow is now in a same-sex relationship turnabout, like reveal, because he was there with Oz. Like he was a part of the Oz thing.
Was.
I don't think he was there when the Terra hooked up. Was he? I think
Maybe.
they hooked up the second half. Oh man, yeah. I like how we're calling out other stuff, but this we're like, I have no concept.
Yeah, I have no concept of when Riley left and when Dawn showed up and when Willow and Tara started dating.
It was the middle of season 5 he left.
Yeah.
Riley!
Riley! I fucking hate how she says. But yeah, Xander and Anya. Xander's all stoked to see Riley. He's like, my only male friend.
Yeah. And he's an alpha male.
All of my male friends leave me.
Or get killed. Or get slashed because they're trapped in this awful world.
But yeah, so then he introduces everybody to his wife, Sam. Riley does. He's like, everybody, this is Sam. Isn't she fucking hot? And everyone's like, oh, nice. And they all walk into the living room except for Willow and Buffy. And Willow walks over to Buffy. And Willow's like, hey, I'm prepared to hate this girl as much as you want me to. And Buffy's like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. And Willow's like, just say the word and I'll hate her. And Buffy's like, hate her as much as you want. I don't really give a shit. And then Willow's like, right on. And then so there's this weird scene of like Riley and Sam just like flirting with each other on the couch and stuff. And they're like, we're so smitten with each other.
Yeah. So they do an interesting thing here that almost made me think that Sam had like ulterior motives, you know, because everyone doesn't like Sam to begin with, except for Xander. He's completely fine. But Xander also, to his credit, is not like, whoa, she's hot and trying to like hit on her or like do anything weird. He's really just like figure out wedding advice.
He's trying to probe her for intel on how to get married and wedding advice. And
yeah, I'm like, that's old Xander would just be like, hey, Riley, good job, man. But no,
Riley.
But Buffy, you're so hot too. But like, she's fucking hot. And then Willow's like, I thought you thought I was hot. Well, I mean,
and then Anya slaps him.
Yeah.
Slaps him on the back like, I'm secure though. He can say this kind of stuff about other women because I'm secure in our relationship. Yeah. Remember that weirdness?
Yeah. He can look at April bot all he wants.
Yeah. So Dawn asks Riley why he's back after leaving without a word. And then Riley fills everyone in on like, hey, we've been tracking a demon. It came to the Hellmouth to spawn. And Xander's like, yeah, none of that. Cool. It's cool to be working again. But Sam, when you guys got married, what did you do? What was your like florist? How did you do photography stuff? And Sam gives him great advice. My friend's marriage did this.
Great advice for early 2000s. Okay advice for 2023.
My friend had a marriage and did this exact same thing. It was very fun. So she tells him to like, instead of hiring a photographer, just give everyone at the wedding a disposable camera, have them take pictures throughout the night, and then return the disposable cameras. And then you'll get to see everyone's perception of what their wedding was like. And I was like, that's such a fun thing. I don't know if it's cheaper than hiring a wedding photographer.
I think you still should hire a wedding photographer just so that you get the actual nice shots of you getting married and not a bunch of disposables. Yeah.
But Xander's like, that's a great fucking idea.
There's a King of Queens episode that has that idea in it.
Ooh, my eyes are getting weary. My back is getting tight. Riley thinks that people are going to take this Solvit demons' eggs and sell them on the black market.
Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, dinosaur auction. It's the dinosaur auction.
Yeah. And they're like, we were tracking the demon to get to its eggs, and someone stole the eggs because they're going to sell them on the black market. And Sam's like, hey, guess what? I got some sweet intel that Willow, you're a very powerful witch. So can you do some magic to help us find who has these eggs and where these eggs are? And Willow's like, no, I can't do that. And Sam's like, why not? I heard that you're like super powerful witch. And Willow's like, well, I got too powerful and too addicted, and I became a magic addict, and I'm quitting right now.
I have the exact quote, because this,
thank God,
this thing is insane. So we have people not wanting to be cool with Sam, and then Sam basically becomes cool with everyone. So one, she wins over Xander with the wedding thing, even though she was already winning him over. Is fine. Willow wants to be like not liking Sam, right? And then Dawn also doesn't want to like Riley, and then she by proxy not like Sam. But Riley's like, hey, should Dawn be here for this? And then Sam's like, oh, I think she's old enough to be here. And then she asks Buffy, like, if it's okay with you. Very nice play right there. Yeah. To like be like, oh yeah, this is something that Dawn should hear.
Yeah.
And so when she asks Willow about like being a good Wicca, Willow goes, I got addicted the way addicts do, and then gets up and walks away bouncing like a Muppet.
Yeah. The way she walked away was so bizarre.
Like the head swishy. Like I was like, wait, what? She just said, are you offended by? I was like, what is happening, Willow? I got addicted the way addicts do.
When she got up and walked away, it was like her soul left her body, and like it was like she just walked away weirdly.
You had Anya yelling at your face to do magic to get you out of this. One lady says, hey, can you do it? And she's like, no, I got addicted like addicts do. It's like, geez.
So then she walks away, and Sam's like, awkward. But they need to find, they think they figured out who has stolen the eggs. It's somebody named the Doctor. And it's like, well, we got to find the Doctor.
Are they running out of names? Because wasn't the Doc the lizard guy?
Yes, it was. That's what I was like, oh, that guy's still around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they did run out of names. But Riley is like, hey, Buffy, we need you on board. We need your help to find these things. And Buffy's like, all right, I'll help. And then Riley's like, good, because you're going to be working with my wife. It's like, why is that the pairing? Like, what?
Plot point.
And speaking of plot points, we then go to Willow's soulless husk alone in the kitchen.
You know, when you're like thinking about your addiction, so you just go in the kitchen and stare at the wall.
Yeah. She's just there feeling bad, and Sam comes in and she's like, hey, I'm so sorry. I wanted to apologize. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. I didn't know that you were addicted to magic. Back on the Force, we worked with 2 shamans, and they were amazing, great shamans, super powerful. But then they started, getting into the dark magics, and they got addicted, and now they're gone. And when I say gone, I mean not like they quit. They completely disappeared, just kind of like the Double Meat Palace. Like they disappeared and they were never heard from again. Like they were eviscerated, evaporated, gone. So I gotta say, kudos to you for quitting. I've never known anyone strong enough to quit. So that's mega powerful. And then Willow looks up at her like, you're proud of me? And Sam does this like pound on her chest or something, like, I can't even imagine what you're going through.
This is when I thought she was trying to play the Scoobies. Because she comes in and she does like this little, like her hair's not even in her face, but she does that like tuck back of the hair behind the ear when she first walks in. And then she's all like coy and like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, is she trying to win them over so she can like kidnap the Slayer or something? Like, what is her angle?
I felt like weird. That. I felt like that in the next scene.
Yeah.
I was like,
this one was really when it kicked in. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what is Sam up to? What's her game here?
This show's made me not trust characters.
Especially new characters.
New characters
like,
being nice. Yeah.
Right? Well, especially because also, like you said, it felt like a weird dream when Riley's like on a mission with Buffy.
Yeah.
And Riley's like so stiff and like, hello, Buffy, we're on a mission, Buffy.
Yeah.
And then Sam is there and she's being all sweet. I was like, is this like some kind of trio body double thing? Is this Jonathan?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
So after Willow is all happy that Sam is proud of her for whatever reason, Sam, do you want to be my mom?
This stranger said I did something strong and brave.
Yeah. So Sam and Buffy are trudging through the graveyard because Riley said that they need to work together.
And by work together, that means do what Buffy does, which is walk aimlessly through a wide open field that you can see all around.
Yeah.
How is this helping?
No idea. But they need to have a little chat. So they're talking and Sam is talking to Buffy about like, oh yeah, when I heard that Riley wanted to bring in the Slayer for this mission, I gotta be honest, I was a little intimidated. And Buffy's like, oh, what? Intimidated by little old me?
And she's so much smaller than her, too.
I know Sam is even towering over her.
But yeah, I mean, you would be intimidated by the Slayer. He was banging the Slayer. He was in love with the Slayer and dated her for like a straight year.
Yeah. That's like fucking like a member of Kiss or something. Gene Simmons.
What? All the references you were going to make. Kiss. No way. I thought you'd be like, that's
Don't
like
they like legendarily like fuck a bunch of people.
Yeah, but that's not like, it's like, oh, that's like sleeping with like Taylor Swift or Beyonce or something like that. I didn't think you would go Gene Simmons. Like
Gene Simmons, dude. Taylor Swift, she hasn't fucked a lot of people. Gene Simmons is a rock star.
The point isn't fucking someone that fucked a lot of people.
Have you seen that dude's tongue?
Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Riley fucking someone or Buffy fucking?
It's like Riley fucking a rock star.
Yes, if you would have just said that, but also not the
Kiss
easiest
rock stars.
But not the easiest rock stars to fake. But if you can have sex, they have sex with so many people that it's not like interest. It's not like, oh wow, you were able to sleep with them. They sleep with everybody.
It's intimidating, dude.
No. Okay.
Gene Simmons' tongue, all of their tongues, dude.
Joe, you gotta stop talking about all these guys that it's like get back to objectifying women or something. Like you gotta balance that out a little bit now too. Like you've gone too far over.
I'm sorry. That's all I'm saying.
It's like
their tongues are crazy.
It's like banging Kiss. It's like she was sleeping with Orson Welles.
Maybe I'm stuck in a time warp like the people of Sunnydale. This show has fucked my brain up, dude.
It's like Kiss. What the fuck?
Oh my god, it was so hot.
I can't wait till someone says, oh yeah, everyone always relates Buffy to Kiss. 10 things you didn't know. 10 things you didn't know about Buffy Summers or Gene Simmons.
You would have said Taylor Swift.
Beyonce? Sleeping with Beyonce would be more threatening to someone. If someone told if you were a girl and you were dating a guy and he was like, yeah, I used to date Beyonce, you'd be like, holy shit, that's intimidating.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I would have probably picked someone that really would have possibly
Madonna.
You went all of Kiss. You didn't even say you went like the whole band.
That'd be intimidating.
That would be intimidating if he was banging. If
you banged all of Kiss.
If he was in a committed relationship with all of Kiss for a year, then sure.
Dude,
not a one-off. Just like he was with them,
dude.
Moving on.
They're a legend. Anyway, yeah, but I'm saying.
This is not about
If you
your
heard your
fantasy.
wife
This is
banged
not your. This is
Gene
not
Simmons.
This is not your fantasy, Joe. Like,
If you heard that your significant other hooked up with Gene Simmons, wouldn't you be a little intimidated, Vance?
no,
Yeah, bullshit.
I wouldn't.
Bullshit.
Were you intimidated by the Benicio del Toro girl?
You know what? Oddly enough, I was less intimidated by Benicio del Toro. She hooked up with the bassist of this band that I really love, and I was more intimidated about that.
What were you intimidated about, though?
I was just like, oh man, that's crazy. That lady later went on to do this porn star called James Dean. He used to do this thing where like, if you submit, you can like he'll just film a porn with you. And she did it and then wrote a blog about it. And then like the blog blew up.
What's the intimidation? Like,
she got
she's
famous
just,
from that.
well, at that point, she's just like sleeping with a bunch of these people. That's not that intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, that was also after I had hooked up with her.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool. I was like, hey, whatever.
Different priorities, man. Different priorities.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
We get it. You want Gene Simmons' tongue. Got it. Check.
So, yeah, Sam is intimidated by Buffy, and Buffy's like, ooh, intimidated by little old me? And she's like, yeah, you're legendary, dude. Like, not only just like that you dated Riley, like, you're the Slayer. Like, people have written about you in books and shit.
And the
like,
initiative didn't know anything about you in season 4.
I know.
Now they know all about it.
How the fuck do they know about like oh yeah, you're legendary. They had no idea.
Oh, maybe they signed a deal with the Watchers.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
But then Sam tells Buffy about how she and Riley met and they were on some kind of mission and he rescued her and then she decided to leave the Peace Corps and join the quote unquote initiative, but not initiative. And Buffy's like, oh, so he thinks I let him go. And then there's this moment of tension where Sam is like, do you wish you hadn't? And Buffy goes, I wish things were different.
And then they square up. And Buffy can't take this girl. Buffy can't take her because she's got a non-initiative training.
Yeah. And then they just start making out. And then they just start fucking in the graveyard. And the demons all gather around like, ooh.
And then Spike is like, yeah.
Yeah, Spike's over in the corner saying all kinds of innuendos. No, but yeah, I wish things were different. And then Sam is like, you think it was easy for Riley? Riley, it took him a whole year to get over you, Buffy. And then I started to try and put this math together. Okay. So they've been married for 4 months. It took Riley a year to get over Buffy. Buffy was dead for like 4 or 5 months. Like, I don't know the timeline of.
Well,
Riley
they've
left
only been
in the middle
married
of season
before.
5.
They've only been married for 4 months.
Uh-huh.
So they could have been dating longer. But it seems like he would have been. Well, maybe he said it took him a year to get over her. You know, he probably was only dating this girl for like 2 months before they got married.
Yeah, I could see that. Riley would.
I mean,
he would be that.
You guys are gonna die eventually on one of these missions. Like, it's
True.
Their lifespan's not long.
Yeah, he's already got a scar on his face.
Yeah.
So then Sam is like, so I told you all about my love life and my husband, and you were trapped in a demon dimension where you were fucking him all day. Remember that? He told me all about that.
I loved hearing that over dinner.
Anybody special in your life, Buffy? And Buffy's like, we should probably split up. Why don't you go over there and let me go where I need to go? And Sam is like, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea.
Oh, I'm slowing you down. Oh, I knew I would slow you down as we do this slow pace walk through the graveyard.
Yeah. But then I was also like, isn't this like not what Riley said to do? Like, he said that you guys need to team up and be together. And
what? I don't understand how Sam thinks she knows where she's going to go.
Yeah.
And I love that none of them seem to have any weapons on them at all.
You got the Kevlar vest. They're good.
Not a stake. You're in Vampire Central. Like, not a stake or anything. I don't see like she has a gun. She doesn't have a backpack.
Buffy say later on in the episode, like, I'm not big for like having weapons or something like that?
Guns. Like, she has a weapons chest. She uses weapons as guns.
Well, no, I think that when they were going down into the dam, she says something about, like, I usually go in without a weapon anyway.
Oh, maybe.
I was
at that point, I thought we were in a dream sequence, and I was, like, typing frantic notes. I was like, what is happening here?
But, so yeah, Buffy and Buffy and Sam split up and go their separate ways.
Okay, I was wondering where Splam came from, and then you said split. Yeah. Okay, I was like, all right.
Yeah. And Buffy's all sad. Buffy's like, I know a guy that can give me some information.
Everything triggers her. This will make sense, but she gets triggered. Everything relates to Spike. You're like, wow, the sun's up. My boyfriend hates the sun.
Yeah, he can't even go out in the sun. I'm going to go visit his crypt and fuck him. So Buffy goes to Spike's and he's like, oh, hello there, pet. How are you? And she's like, not right now, Spike. I need information.
What did you think of Spike just sitting there and reading?
I mean, he's a poet. Seems like something he'd do. Sitting there reading with his shirt completely open, like fucking like, Back to Jurassic Park, like he was Ian Malcolm.
He looks like a character out of a romance novel or something. Like he's just sitting there, shirt open, leg up, like reading a book, like where it's like on your like hand, like on your elbows on your knee, and you're just like reading it casual. Like that's reading to pose. Like you're posing like you're reading.
He's expecting someone to walk in on him.
Yeah, that's what oh, I didn't see you there.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
It's like the dentist system, what Mac does, where he's like reading.
But Buffy shows up. I need information. Do you know anything about the doctor? Spike's like, I mean, I don't know. Do I? What's in it for me if I give you this information? Buffy's like, not now, Spike. I need to get this information soon. He's like, so soon, but not right now. So you have some time. And Buffy's like, God damn you and your cheekbones. I've had a rough day. So you know what? Spike, tell me you love me right now. And Spike's like, you know I love you. Of course I love you. I love you over everything. And Buffy goes, tell me you want me. And Spike goes, I always want you. You know that, pet. And I was like, are you Warren now, Buffy?
She just puts her hand on the top of his head and pushes him down below frame.
Get on your knees, Spike. I was like, this is like this feels like an obvious parallel to when Warren was saying that to Katrina. It's like the same lines.
It's the same lines, but one isn't hypnotized or like under a spell.
Oh,
there's a
Spike's
difference.
He's under that spell, baby. He is whipped.
I'm not singing it. We're not singing the Under the Spell song right now. You already got the King of Queens.
Your spell.
Oh no. Every time I hear that, I just picture her spinning in that dress.
Yeah. Under your willow tree, it's just you and me. You'd never brainwash me.
Yeah, in the Sam scene earlier, it's like, hey, better no guy than the wrong guy, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Buffy's like, I gotta go see a guy about a thing, and he gets antsy. You gotta go some other way.
I gotta go see the wrong guy. I mean, my informant.
I gotta go have sex with Spike when I really should be doing something else.
I gotta go fuck experiment 17, specimen 17, something 17.
Specimen. I think. I don't know. I'm not even saying.
I think specimen was the wrong one. Hostile 17.
Why do you keep bringing it up? Why do you keep bringing it up?
We had to cover all of our bases.
Every time you
experiment, specimen, hostile.
You would always bring it up, and I'd be like, all right, I'm glad you remember that. And you were wrong for like 10 episodes, and it was driving people crazy.
I know.
It's like the invitation rules. The specimen hostile thing, and
the
then
wish debate.
The wish debate people liked, even though it's, but those are the things. Invitation rule and the hostile specimen thing really got people.
They were driving people up a wall, dude.
I still positive.
At least we were both on that one.
Yeah, I still positive that the show had not explained it at that point.
Yeah, no, they didn't do a good job at that. Specimen 17. That's on me. All right. That's on me. Hostile 17. Anyway, so Buffy and Spike start kissing. They start fucking, and then
is it Hostile 17 or 18?
So I was just like blown away when they start fucking, and Spike starts to like undress Buffy. Has no questions about the riot gear that she's wearing. No questions.
Well, he's in it for what he's in it for, man. Like
he is hypnotized.
She is. No, like they do some interesting stuff later when they talk about this, but man, like he is her like, oh, I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna fuck it away with him.
Yeah. So after they're done hooking up, they wake up. They slept, apparently. Like as soon as
But Buffy, get up, you're on a mission.
Right?
Like what are you doing?
Was blown away. Like, let me take a quick nap.
Like, you just heard that these eggs are about to hatch and they will destroy the town.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I'm like, hey, if Dawn wanted to complain about Buffy not being present or anything, this is the episode that shows that. She's banging on the fast food instead of bringing you dinner. She's banging instead of doing the mission. Like, now she's being neglectful.
Mm-hmm.
This is the stuff I needed to see before Dawn's like, no one's paying attention to me.
We gotta get Doris back. Gotta get Doris back in this. Doris would be appalled at Buffy's actions.
Doris is strapped to a gurney at the...
She's in a padded room right now.
She's where they put all the people that Glory mind sucked in that room.
Yeah. But, yeah, Buffy and Spike wake up to Spike's door opening, and they are on top of, like, a tomb. Like, they're on top of an above-ground tomb.
Mm-hmm.
And the door to Spike's crypt opens, and it's Riley.
Yeah.
And Spike sees like, oh, hey there, soldier boy. Isn't this awkward? I'm here with your former, porking her, giving it to her good. And I was just like,
she need a little evil in her, man, and inside of her.
She's a little monster in her, man.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah. And Riley's there, all business.
Yeah,
and he's like,
I kind of love that Riley did not have a.
Yeah,
it's just like
he had no moment of like, how could you, Buffy? He's just there, and he's like, yeah, whatever, fuck who you want. You're the doctor. And Buffy's like, no, it can't be.
I love that twist.
Me too.
Yeah.
And Spike is like, I'm not the fucking doctor. Anyway, what are you doing here? I remember the last time that we saw you, you were getting suck jobs at the vampire place. What's that? What happened to that? Oh, you're off the suck jobs? And Riley's like, I don't give a fuck about what you're saying, dude. Where's the eggs? And Spike's like, I don't know. What are you talking about? What eggs? And then Riley's like, if you don't give up the eggs right now, I'm going to tear this place apart until I find the eggs. And Spike's like, over my dead body. And then Riley, I wrote down this quote, because he sees Spike naked.
Spike goes spread eagle straight in front of him. And it is wild, dude.
Spike is like very comfortable being nude around all these people, dude.
Can I just say, you have two people in this room that could just straight up kill you. Spike. Yes. Your chest is exposed. Riley has stabbed you in the heart with a plastic stake before. Like, dude.
But I love this line. So when when Riley's like, I'm going to search this place, and Spike goes, over my dead body. And Riley goes, I've seen enough of your dead body for one night. Thanks. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Riley.
Well, what I liked about Riley in the scene, and just because you knew that Riley or Sam or somebody was about to bust in when that happened. Yeah. So, like, that's happening. It's not going to be that surprising. It is surprising that Spike is the doctor, and that adds some more drama to Buffy. That's not solely about her being caught sleeping with a vampire. And I also like that Riley is so far removed and happy in his relationship, it seems, that he sees this, and it's not even like that shocking to him. He's like, yeah, I could have seen this coming, and does not rip into Buffy. He doesn't like say any snide, backhanded comments to her or anything. Like, he does not. He has the upper hand over her in this situation. Because she said at one point when they were arguing about him not her not loving him. She's like, oh, if I wanted to be with a bad guy, I'd be with Spike. She said that to him in a cave. And he's now walking in with her, with Spike.
Yeah, and that was a big part of Riley's insecurity with Buffy is like, I'm not strong like Angel. I'm not strong like a vampire. Why don't you just go and fuck a vampire? And Buffy's like, you think I really want to fuck a vampire? If I want to fuck a vampire, I'd go fuck Spike. And now here she is. Yeah. Caught red-handed. And Riley no-sells it. He's just one-track mind, where's the eggs? Yeah.
I liked it. I liked that they took that angle with it.
Yeah. So then he starts shoving Spike all over the place. And Buffy's like, Riley, stop it. Riley. It can't be Spike. I mean, I know that Spike is a dickhead, but like, this isn't him. She says he's not
smart enough to do this. I was like, wow, did you learn lessons from that guy at the Double Meat Palace? He didn't go to college. He's not smart enough to hatch this plan. He's an idiot.
Yeah. So then Riley just like shoves over Spike's little manhole cover and he's like, Buffy, I'm going to go search this place. Are you coming or are you not? And he starts going down and Buffy's like, looks at Spike and Spike's like, what? You're not going to go, are you? And Buffy's like, oh, all right, I'm going to go. So she goes down there with Riley and the whole time they're going down there, Buffy's like, Riley, it can't be Spike. It can't be him. Trust me, I know it looks bad, but like it can't be him. And then like they take 3 or 4 steps and there's just a whole like a dozen of these demon eggs. Yeah. And Riley like looks at him like, oh, it can't be him? Interesting. Anyway. So then Spike comes down into the basement and he's like, let me explain. All right, these aren't mine. I'm just holding them for a friend.
All right, Spike, we like you again.
Yeah, right. And Buffy's like, Spike, how could you? And he's like, well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just holding them. I am the doctor, but like, it's not that big of a deal. And then Buffy just decks Spike. And she's like, no more games, Spike. And Spike goes, no more games? That's all you fucking do is play games. You're playing games with my heart. And then he like walks off like a sobbing little bitch. And I was like, ew. Not a good look.
My note goes, poor Spike says Buffy's the one playing games with him. She knows what he is. He says like, oh, you know what I am. Which is true. Yeah. Like what he's saying is true, but he's also playing like, poor me. Oh, you hurt me. I was like, you're about to like destroy the whole town.
Yeah.
But you're like, you're using me for sex. It's like, yeah, 2 things can be true.
Yeah.
2 things can be true.
And then the eggs start like hatching and Riley's like, you idiot, you didn't put them in a freezer? And Spike's like, I didn't think I needed to. I don't fucking know anything about these eggs.
It's pretty cold in the crypt.
And then so Riley's like, Buffy, here, quick, take this gun. If they start cracking and birthing, just shoot away. And Buffy's like, Riley, I'm not really good with a gun.
I'm not gun girl.
I don't understand why he gave her the gun.
Riley gives Buffy his gun. Why? Is my note with multiple question marks. Buffy throws gun away. No.
She starts shooting and just like shooting up the joint. And it's like going everywhere. Yeah. Like even if, like I've never shot a gun in my life. I don't think I'd miss this bad.
With that gun, you would. That's the kickback on that thing would shoot. You would be aiming up in the sky with that. You have to really be prepared for that kickback on a gun like that. But Buffy is also super strong. She's also shot a bazooka in a mall. Okay?
That's true. That is true.
Like she knows point and aim is not that hard. And they're on the ground. I don't understand why Riley didn't just start shooting at the eggs.
Yeah, why didn't he do it?
Why did he give her the gun?
I don't remember what he was like doing while Buffy's shooting, but he like gives her the gun and runs away.
Like he gives her the gun and he pulls out either a baton or a hand or a pistol,
like a riot stick or something.
Yeah, and then she's missing, and she goes like, "I hate these things; they're never useful." And then throws it on the ground, and they run away. He gets slashed on the neck, and I was just—it reminded me when they were fighting that weird spider from the Gravlox box. You remember when that thing was running around?
Gavrock.
The Gavrock? Yeah, and they had to throw that knife in it. But they run away, and then Buffy is like, "Oh, I'm not good with guns, but I'm really good with explosives."
Yes. I was like, the logic of them, they climb up out of the hole.
Yeah.
Buffy grabs a grenade from Riley's little belt, and she just chucks it down there.
She chucks a whole belt on it, I think, there too.
Yeah, you're right. And there was like 3 or 4 grenades on there, and the whole thing just explodes. And I was like, okay, so guns are never useful, but you're not above like throwing grenades and rocket launchers and bazookas. And
why wouldn't Riley do that? We've seen him blow up a crypt full of vampires.
I know. He did that with grenades.
Yeah. I just didn't understand why he handed her the gun. It was like they wanted to introduce the gun and then get rid of it.
It's also funny, like the logic of like, this is obvious, like kind of liberal, like, oh, we're anti-gun shit. Guns are never useful. Get grenades instead. Like,
like, it's an action show. He's a military guy. He would have blasted away those egg pods.
Yeah, and he would have looked real cool doing it.
And did he have anything wooden to take down Spike?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure if you shot Spike a bunch with those guns, it would at least make him back down.
Well, if you could behead him.
You think that would be not as easy. You're just standing still while you go across the neck. Yeah,
I was just picturing that, how crazy that would be to see Riley like across the neck.
It'd be a fun scene
that'd be awesome. Yeah. That's probably like one of those like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter movies, like one of those like B movies or some shit.
Yeah,
that's gotta be.
That movie's entertaining.
If not, let's write that movie, Vance. But yeah, then Buffy's just like lying on top of Riley. And then you hear this voiceover from Anya that says, "If you love Riley so much, why don't you just marry him?" And then we cut to a scene of Xander and Anya hiding out in their bathroom discussing Riley and Sam's marriage and relationship. And it's like supposed to be Anya talking to Xander about like, oh, their marriage is so much better than ours, and their wedding was so much better than ours, and you love Riley so much, you think he's so cool. And Xander's like, I look, I don't fucking love him, but like they have good advice. I'm just asking for advice.
I love
like
that
we're stressing.
I love that he met him once, and he's like, their marriage is great. It's perfect. I'm like, you met him for like 5 minutes.
Their marriage consists of tracking a demon from South America to Sunnydale. Like, it doesn't seem like it's very good.
I mean, it's the best marriage you're going to get in like a Sunnydale scenario.
Fair enough. But meanwhile, while they're hiding in this bathroom, you hear a bunch of ruckus going on in their apartment. And I was like, are there demons and just drunks fist fighting in there? Like, what the fuck's going on outside of this bathroom?
Now, are the demons human faced or not?
That's the big question. Because like, Halfrek can put on the Cecily face,
but like Clem can't change his face.
Yeah,
and other
what
demons
manner
can't.
Of demons?
Yeah, because she mentions like, oh, if I'm not there when this one demon shows up, she's definitely going to eat some people, or they're going to eat some people, or something. And I was just like, what is happening in this living room? Like, how are you introducing your drunken imbecile family to this other family? And also, your parents live in Sunnydale. Are your parents here? Because he does still have parents. They're talking about his uncle, but he also has like if his uncle's a drunk, isn't his dad a drunk?
Well, that's where they used to hide out, in his basement before he moved out. Like, why can't the uncle stay with the parents?
Why are they coming in a week early?
I don't know, man. But I was just like, they're really having demons and just regular drunk humans.
Meanwhile,
a lot of skin conditions being explained here.
Meanwhile, on the street, Riley's like, oh, that's a bear.
Yeah. Like, we're so far beyond this now.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious to think about. But Xander and Anya keep talking about how nervous and stressed they are about the wedding. And Anya's like getting a little self-conscious about, you think that their marriage is so great. You think their marriage is so great. And Xander's like, look, I don't get jealous about their marriage. All right. I'm nervous about the wedding. That's one day. I'm stressed about that. That's what's causing all the stress. Our marriage, I'm not nervous about that at all. That's a lifetime, and I am very secure in that. I think we're going to be amazing married partners. But this wedding shit, I don't know how to handle it. And I was like, this is so sweet.
I love the way he explains this. And he's basically saying, he talks Anya into realizing that the wedding isn't the marriage. The wedding is an event, but their marriage is a lifetime. The wedding is just one day. So the wedding doesn't have to be this like elaborate, perfect thing. The marriage is what's more important. And I'm like, damn, that's some poignant shit from Xander. Like, right?
Good guy, Xander.
Yeah.
I'm really worried now.
I know. He's getting too good. Like he's
on a streak, dude. He's on a streak of good guy shit. Like
next episode, he just wakes up in bed with Willow, and we're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
But like
he's beheading Anya.
It's not even like he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do this because it costs too much money." He's not like, "I don't want to do the wedding because I got the jitters and I actually don't want to marry you." So I'm like, "Hey, what if we postpone this for like 6 months?" He's literally saying, "Hey, this wedding has made us stress eat. You're not gonna fit in your dress like at all now." I had to let my pants out like twice already. We got to stop stressing about the wedding. The marriage is more important. We probably only got like. And he's talking about like family and all this. Like in the car, they talk about like having family that will hate us and stuff. There's like good stuff with him. It's a good job of keeping this as a part of the like B story that's like sprinkled throughout, but we're getting like more progression in their relationship and wedding planning and stuff. So yeah, it's really good.
He's gonna get cold feet and not show up to the wedding.
Something awful's about to happen.
I know. He's gonna abandon Anya. And we're going to be like, no, like, I'm not thrilled about what's happening. Like he's being too good of a guy. He's being too logical. Exactly. He's being too loving.
That's why I wasn't trusting Sam when I was like, you're so understanding, Sam. Like he came in the Sunnydale, you caught him pressed up against the wall with her. And you're just like, all right, Sam, are you going to try to kill Buffy to get her out of the way? Like I expected some weirdness there.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. I'm predicting Xander gets cold feet and just doesn't show up to the wedding.
I can't wait to see what monster shows up at this wedding.
Right. Olaf. You invited Olaf! Can't believe you!
They can't invite Olaf because Willow was an addict. Like, she got addicted to magic like addicts do. So she can't bring him back from that dimension that she sent him to.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't she send him to some kind of crazy dimension?
She doesn't know what she was doing. She just sent him somewhere.
But anyway, after this lovely, sweet scene of Xander calming Anya down about the wedding.
Wait, I got a question.
Okay. All right.
Is Helfrich still invited to the wedding?
Ooh. I wouldn't invite her.
It's a little rough, a little awkward. I think she's still going to be invited. I think we're going to get a scene with, no, I guess if people didn't know that she was Cecily, maybe. I don't know.
Bro. Helfrich is still invited to the wedding. Xander gets cold feet. Helfrich offers Anya to do a fucking wish. Like, just say the word, now vengeance demon him. Anya refuses to do it, but she just wants to make Xander feel bad in a humanistic way, not a magic way.
All right, if you're right, you're right. I don't think that's happening.
All right. So anyway, Buffy and Riley are leaving.
I just like poo-pooed on that. Like, nah.
Buffy and Riley are leaving the magic box after mission accomplished, and Sam is there, and Riley and Sam are going to head to Nepal because they got another mission. And then Riley's like, hey, Buffy, I have authorization from the secret organization from the government that's not the Initiative that I could kill the doctor. Do you want me to do that? And Buffy's like, I mean, Riley, I'm sleeping with the doctor. And then Riley said, I had actually noticed that.
I do love him asking that question. Like,
Yeah.
I could kill him. I'm supposed to kill him. That's my mission. And
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the courtesy of saying, do you want me to do it?
I've got the green light. If you want him dead, I can make that happen.
He's a threat to everyone, as he's still
Mhm.
proven. But you are
Mhm.
banging him, so I don't want to take away your fuckboy. Because I'm about to hop on a helicopter, as I do.
Yep. That's my shit. You know me, helicopters. This is the one episode of the helicopter per season.
Yeah, we do get a helicopter per season. Yeah.
Yeah. So Buffy's like, why did you even have to come back right now, dude? Why did you come back now when your life is all perfect and you're married and you're going off and doing all these crazy, awesome demon hunting missions?
Dude, this is the point when I thought Riley would be like, yeah, I don't miss this.
Yeah, right.
I don't miss being negged by Buffy. You're the one
Yeah.
that I caught sleeping with the doctor vampire, yet you're
Yep.
blaming me for
Right?
how bad your life is right now and me rubbing your face in it. It's like, did you not see the demon that we killed? You think
Yeah.
she's like, oh, you brought this demon here. Like, she's just lashing out.
You and your perfect life and your perfect wife and you're so happy. Meanwhile, I'm working at the Double Meat Palace and fucking Spike. You just came here to rub it in my face. I was like, dude, way to make it all about you, dude. Like, god damn, Buffy.
Like, you should be more contrite. He walked in on you sleeping with a vampire and did not rub your face in it.
And Buffy was defending Spike like he can't be the doctor. That's not I know he's a dick. He's not smart enough. And then Riley's like, oh yeah, he's not smart enough. What are all these eggs? Tell me, Buffy.
Yeah.
If I had taken your advice, Buffy, all those eggs would have hatched and we would have been fucked.
Yeah. Like
But-
you were.
But Riley's like, you think this was easy for me? You think it was nice? You think I wanted to come here and rub it in your face? I was terrified of seeing you again. Like, Buffy, you're the first woman I ever loved. And you're an amazing person. And I gotta admit, you're still a certified hottie. Ugh, cringed so hard.
Yeah, it's Riley. You got to get a little bit of Riley in there. He does say you're the strongest woman I've ever known, too. Which is like,
Mhm.
yeah, but she's not a woman anymore, maybe. We don't know what she is. She's
Yeah.
her DNA was tanned. Her
Yeah.
genetics was tanned. How
So
do you
Riley
not
is-
ask her about dying?
Right? She had to have filled him in. She had to have.
The
at some point.
curiosity, I just don't get it.
Yeah. But Riley's like, look, I know how lucky I am. And I got an amazing wife. I love my life. I love going around doing all these amazing missions. It's so cool. But you know what? I didn't come here to rub this shit in your face. It's not a competition. All right? So I just want you to know, Buffy, I still think you're one hell of a woman. And Buffy's like, oh, okay, thank you. And I never got to say sorry for what happened between us. And Riley's basically like, don't need to. Don't worry about it. So then Sam and Xander and Willow come out of the magic box and Sam's giving Xander some more wedding advice. And Sam is like, hey, we should all keep in touch. Let's write email me. And Willow's like, you sure that's not going to get you tracked? And they're like, ha ha ha. We got secret government stuff. And then they're like, all right, we got to go off on our next mission. And then Dawn goes, so you're going to say goodbye this time, or you're going to split all secret agency like last time?
So Dawn just has massive abandonment issues.
Oh, yeah.
For someone who wasn't ever abandoned, she has abandonment issues.
Mm-hmm. She
Like,
sucks.
The first person that ever left her life would have been Riley, her sister's boyfriend. Yeah.
I want to
I guess
Dawn up.
maybe because Buffy did leave to move to LA, but she didn't have a sister at
yeah.
that point. But then I guess the monks decided to shoehorn
the
that into her
memory.
memory. So now she has
Yeah.
like abandonment issues from that. I don't know.
I want to take Dawn and pick her up over my head and just throw her into a dumpster. I fucking hate her. I'm done with her, dude.
I just don't. They're just not doing a great job with her as a character. And I think there's so much stuff to do with a character who's basically the same age as, still younger than Buffy when we first met Buffy, but around that level. I thought she was going to be killing vampires this season, like not just by accident.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see more fleshed out Dawn character, but like we had that one episode, man, and that was it.
That one episode was setting up some good stuff. Like
that was a good episode.
You know what I also wanted to bring up is that like how Dawn talks about how she doesn't have friends or anything. She met those vampire guys at a party. She has a life outside of the Scoobies.
Yes. Well, did she meet him at a party?
Yeah,
or
he was
she
like, we met
at
it. She was like, they were like, oh, you hooked up with a vampire you just met? He's like, we've seen each other at parties.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
the
that's
line,
true.
yeah.
Because I was like, didn't they meet in an alleyway that night?
No, they met up, but she had already known him.
Yeah. But anyway, after Dawn's all like, you guys say goodbye this time, Riley's like, Dawn, I'm sorry for abandoning you.
Yeah, I didn't know I had to be your dad. Are you still mad at your actual dad who hasn't shown up? Like,
right. So Dawn kind of forgives him and they hug. Yeah. And Riley gets a helicopter, a line comes down, he hooks a rappel, and he and Sam
Main Street.
leave.
This is Main Street, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
They don't go to that little forest clearing. They just walk out of the magic box, I think.
Main Street, big searchlight going down on Riley and Sam.
Yeah.
They lower a rappel line. He clips on. He and Sam, the helicopter just takes off without them rappelling up yet. They're just like dangling from this helicopter. And Sam is not hooked in.
Yeah.
She's just gripping onto Riley.
It's the same as when they went down the dam.
The dam?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is dangerous as fuck.
These people can't die. They're superheroes.
Yeah. So they leave. The helicopter takes off. The Scoobies are like waving, goodbye, Riley. It's nice to see you for this cameo appearance. Very nice. Cool.
I think it's cool that they get some closure on this. I was okay if he never came back. I thought it was like, wow, that is wild. Like that ending was crazy.
Yeah.
If you're in Discord, check out the Riley edit and from the host.
It's so good. You nailed that.
The shout out to Surly Neighbors who inspired that idea.
Yeah.
But I just Riley was, I get it. Riley did not have chemistry. It was some awkwardness and all of his stuff. But like, as a person, I'm happy that he is winning in this fictional life that he has. I'm happy that he's back he's got a purpose. He's back in the military. He's doing more good in the world. Buffy saves a lot of people in this little bit, but like they are actually doing the work around the world.
They're globe trekkers. This is what the Slayer should be doing.
Yes. Unless, I guess, there's multiple Hellmouths too, though. That's the thing. It's like one Buffy's on the Sunnydale Hellmouth, so things kind of gravitate towards it. But there are Hellmouths other places, and there's a lot of shit going down in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, there is.
So
Patreon.com/Boys Watching Buffy to listen to Boys Watching Angel if you want to hear all the crazy shit that's going on in LA.
Yeah. So it's just,
good God.
You would think the Slayer would have to like trick. I get it for the show's purpose. You want to keep them here. But yeah, other people that don't have superpowers are out here like fighting evil.
Not to mention, so at one point they had 2 Slayers. And then they brought the second Slayer to Sunnydale. Like,
it's a waste. No, you're right. Like, Faith should have been a mercenary just going around. And she would have loved it.
Kendra should have been a mercenary going around. That was her whole mentality.
Well, she hadn't become a Slayer yet. But then she became a Slayer, and then she came to... Why did she come to Sunnydale? Why did she come to Sunnydale? There was a big fight.
She had to do a weird Jamaican accent in Buffy's face.
Yeah. But yeah, Faith should have been traveling around, fighting a demon, hooking up with guys at a bar, traveling around, fight a demon, hook up with guys at a bar. She would have lived that life.
Faith should have been Wish Universe Buffy. Like just jaded, scar on face.
Yeah. I think she would have handled it better. I think she would have been less jaded.
Yeah.
I think she would have enjoyed it. Like Riley's going to Nepal and he's like super happy. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
like that.
That'd be a sick TV show if they like revamped Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but like
Revamped?
but like a Slayer that goes around the world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. But anyway, kind of like the Mandalorian or something like that.
Yeah, it's like Adventure of the Week in a different location kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They're in Sunnydale. The Sunnydale has its vibe and stuff. So yeah, it's fine.
So they're all going off on their helicopter. The Scoobies are all like, "Bye, Riley. Nice to meet you, Sam. Bye." And then as soon as they lift off and leave, Xander and Dawn walk away, and Willow's there with Buffy. And Willow just says to Buffy, "What a bitch." Just walks away.
Oh, that's so
Love
true.
that.
Yeah.
Love that. So then Willow walks away and Buffy is left alone, and Buffy's all sad. And then she realizes what she needs to do.
Go back to the Double Meat Palace, see if she can get her job back.
Right. Because now she's back to being unemployed.
Didn't you think she was going to start like working for them or something? I like, there seems like there's just options for her to utilize her skill set.
Yes.
Hey,
Dude, honestly, even working on the construction site, like I've been saying.
Go back again, yeah. Or like I said earlier in the first season, episode 3, apparently, according to some Discord stuff.
So then we go to Spike, and Spike's in his cave. He's looking around. He's like, "God damn, they really blew my cave to shreds. Like my bed's all fucked up. It's all feathery."
Yeah, it was a big explosion. No cops, no fire department. No one heard this. It's just, yeah.
That's Sunnydale, man.
Dude, just move to the next crypt over.
Right? So he's there and he's looking around and he's like, "Man, this fucking sucks." And Buffy shows up and he's like, "Hey, really fucked up my crib here, but I think we could still fuck on the bed if you want to." And Buffy's like, "I'm not here for that, and I'm not here to bust your chops about your stupid doctor scheme of selling the eggs." And Spike's like, "Oh, okay, so you're here to fuck then, I guess, right?" And Buffy's like, "No, Spike, I'm here to tell you it's over." And he's like, "Look, love, I've memorized this tune. I've got the sheep music. You say that all the time." And Buffy's like, "No, this time it's for real. I don't want you, Spike. Being with you makes things simpler for a little while."
I think she says, "I do want you."
Oh, I do want you. Yeah. I do want you. Being with you makes things simpler for a little while, but I know that I'm using you now, and I can't love you, but I'm being weak and selfish, and it's killing me on the inside, and I need to end this because this is the strong thing to do, and I need to be strong about this. It's over. I'm sorry, William." And then she walks away. And Spike is devastated. He does the like puppy dog, like he looks like he's about to say something. He's like, but he has nothing to say.
Once she hits him with the "it's killing me," like that's when it sinks in. Oh, this is a different one.
Yeah, and then when she hits him with the "I'm sorry, William," bro, cut to the core.
I also don't feel bad for Spike at this point because, dude, you just got off real easy from for what you just did. She's like, "I'm not even going to talk about how you almost destroyed the whole city again, and that time that you worked with Adam, and all the other times you tried to kill me, and the times you tried to kill Willow." Yeah, all that's fine. All that we'll let that go.
Water under the bridge.
But we done.
We're done. I can't keep seeing you. And then Buffy just like walks out into the night.
Do you think they're done?
I think Spike will still carry a torch for her, but I think they're done. This was too serious.
Yeah, this is so serious that it has to be.
Yeah, this was too final.
We got a lot of show left.
She hit him with the "I'm sorry, William." Like,
I know.
That's serious, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that when she was talking outside with Riley, she said, "Oh, yeah, I'm sleeping with him." But she wasn't like, "Hey, don't tell the Scoobies because they don't know." Like, it was none of that.
Yeah.
They were just inside. They could have come out and he'd have been like, oh, just talking about Buffy banging her vampire boyfriend. Oh, you guys don't know? Like, Riley is so chill about seeing you having sex with a vampire. And probably because he's like, yeah, I was getting suck jobs. I know the allure. I know the allure of the vampire.
I just needed to feel something, Buffy. I needed to feel needed.
Yeah. Did you kill my vampire suck job lady?
I was like,
I think your helicopter's here.
Don't you have to go to Nepal or whatever with your perfect life? Just a rabbit in my face.
I mean, I really thought Sam was going to have some ulterior motives. I really did.
Same.
And I'm happy she didn't. I'm happy it wasn't a whole ploy. And it seems like Riley's got a happy ending. And like we said, like, it's better they got away from Buffy.
Yeah.
Best thing that you could do. It was her relationship with Spike is toxic, but the relationship with Riley was just unhealthy.
And it's a shame. It seemed like it was more unhealthy on Buffy's side.
Yeah, exactly.
At a certain point, I'm just like, oof.
And the Spike and Buffy one's unhealthy on both sides. So,
do you think Buffy ever gets another boyfriend?
We got a season and a half left.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm like,
oh yeah, Buffy's gonna get some. Buffy's gonna get some.
Destined to roam this world alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the Spike thing can't be over this early, but I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I mean, this should. Man. I mean, this should be, but I don't know.
It feels like it's over. That feels pretty final, but who knows? Well, the next. Oh my God.
People can't see it, but Joe just dropped his head down after reading what the title is for the next episode.
The next episode is titled Hell's Bells. This is Wedding Bells. They're getting married in hell. Xander's getting cold feet. Something bad's happening in his wedding. Yeah. This is bad, dude. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Is Hell's Bells a term for something too?
Hell's Bells!
Maybe Kiss shows up. They're the band.
It's AC/DC, you fool. AC/DC does Hell's Bells.
I don't know your rock music.
What? Are you kidding me? You don't know Hell's Bells? Hold on. Play, goddammit. Oh, yeah. We're getting a little bit of Hell's Bells going for Xander and Anya. Demons show up, ruin the wedding. Buffy has to fight. One demon gets thrown into a cake, ruins the cake. Xander's monster family, they get into a fight with Anya's demon friends. Xander's like, call off the wedding. There's too many demons here. Riley rappels in off of his helicopter, starts shooting up the wedding.
Buffy's like, I hate guns.
Guns, they're never useful, and I hate weddings more. This is why I'm never getting married. Spike is writing a poem about how much he loves Buffy. You like poetry, don't you? Oh, Riley's got an eye patch now. Sam left him. He can't stop thinking about Buffy. All of that comes true next week on Boys Watching Buffy.
Well done, Joe. Well done.
Had to do it. Hell's Bells.
Yeah.
That's next week. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. If you want to join our Discord, there's links in the show notes. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Boys Watching Buffy. We do Boys Watching Angel, Boys Watching Movies, Joe's Fashion Report /Corner. If you want to get a shout out, Apple Podcast 5-star rating and review, Spotify 5-star rating, send it to us, or just send some kind words through Instagram. I don't know. I'm very lenient about the shout outs these days. We got merch. Great post-Christmas present for your family. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's Christmas is over at this point.
If you want to give someone a early January present,
yeah,
early
nice
2024. Yeah.
Three Kings present. That's after Christmas, I think, right? Yeah. We got merch. And yeah, stay tuned next time for when we talk about Hell's Bells.
It's over.
I've memorized this tune, love. I think I have the sheet music. It doesn't change what you want.
I know that. I do want you. Being with you makes things simpler. For a little while.
I don't call 5 hours straight a little while.
I'm using you. I can't love you. I'm just being weak and selfish.
Really not complaining here.
And it's killing me. I have to be strong about this. I'm sorry, William.
Seltzer Kings
Podcasts.